Hello and welcome to episode 16 of the Deck Durdle. So today we're going to use Tempest Remastered as our sealed pool. This obviously got released quite a considerable time after the original Tempest block. It was released only on Magic the Gathering Online, but I thought it would make most sense to do it now. The next block we're going to be looking at is Urza's, but before that, next week we'll be taking a break from the virtual world, I suppose, and going back to the physical world, because hopefully my Strixhaven stuff will have arrived. So yeah, we'll do a bit of box opening for the next following week or two, and then we'll be back at it again to Urza's block. So this forms a nice sort of stop in the proceedings. And also this week's episode of Commander Fodder will be using Tempest Remastered as its starting point, and you'll see when I bring that video out. So I'm going to dive straight in now. I don't think the series now needs much explanation. If you're new to this series, is the first one you've watched, then I would definitely watch the first episode, because I explain a little bit more in there. So this is our 6 boosters of Tempest Remastered. We've pulled a Volrath Stronghold. Obviously, when Tempest originally came out, there wasn't no mythic rares. As this set, when the original Tempest block came out, there was no mythic rares. For Tempest Remastered, there were. So a number of cards may well have been, you may have their rarities changed for this. Obviously what they've done is they've taken the block as a whole, so that's all 3 sets from the Tempest block, and distilled it down into a single set. So these are rares: Coat of Arms, Necrologia, Paladin on Vec, Pandemonium, Spitting Hydra, and Thopter Squadron. Looks like we got a foil Coat of Arms as well. And then our uncommons: Jenny Protector, Cannibalized, Douthie Slayer, Flowstone Wyvern, 2 core chance, Lowland Basilisk, Mog Hollows, Needlestorm, Reanimate, Scabland. So this is our mana fixing. Yeah, so we've got 2 cycles of lands here. Lands which come into play untapped. You can tap to generate 1 colourless, or you can tap for whatever combination. In this case, this is the red-green, and it doesn't untap during your next untap step. I believe they sort of call that a slow land or something. I can't remember the exact terminology actually. And then Scabland, so it actually enters the battlefield taps for 1 colourless, or taps for red and white, but it does 1 damage to you. So it pings you for 1 if you want to use it for red or white. Sky Shroud Vampire, Soltari Champion, Soltari Monk, Thalacost Drifters, Vec Townships, Volrax's Curse, Wall of Essence, and Wind Dancer. And then obviously we have a ton of commons. You can see clearly slivers were a thing. Looking at the sort of cards we're getting in black, there was some graveyard shenanigans going on. Oh, and the other thing, of course, in later sets there would have been Interestingly enough, land print. So this is the original artwork, but in the new borders, and of course the whole set is presented in modern card frames. Here's our card pool. Right, so what should we do? Sky Shaper, coat of arms. Now the interesting thing about coat of arms is that's across the board, so each creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature on the battlefield that shares at least one creature type with it. So, can we do anything interesting with slivers? We'll see. Okay. Cursed Flesh, Volrath Curse, Pandemonium, and read your plan if you have a choice. There's a lot of across the board stuff here. Right. Let me just sideboard all my enchantments. Sideboard that until we decide whether we're going to do any tribal stuff. Okay, so reanimate, lab rats, coercion. Is on her hand. Cannibalize, sift, needle storm. Elvin Right, and Seething Anger. It's better. It's interesting. I don't know what these are scans of. I suppose it's because it's online stuff. It looks a little bit grainy than normal. Card draw in black. Spell Blast, Mana Leak, Reality Anchor, Harrow. We've got Elvish Fury, Kindle, Core Chant, Disenchant, and sideboard, and that. Okay. Not many green creatures. Oh yeah, the Sky Shout Elf. It was 3 colour. Alright, let's just try something. I'm going to take a look at blue-white first, I think. See what that looks like. to the original card pool. I'm going to take a look at green-black as well, I think, in this, in a second build. Don't want to play 3-colour really. Okay. Take out the sliver. Mana Leak and Spell Blast as our removal. We've got Twitch to tap down and Sift for card draw. Anything cool in white. Disenchant we will sideboard. Can't redirect. Oh, do it. Target creatures will redirect. We'll actually put that in the deck. Instant speed. Yep. Okay, let's see what we've got. I'll have a look at the slivers as a whole, see if there's a multicoloured sliver deck in here. I've got plenty of creatures to play around with. Merfolk Looter, Hammerhead Shark. We don't have that card that converts our opponent's land to blue, so I'm going to sideboard that. Standing Troops. Soltari Monk, which has Shadow. Lancer, which has Shadow. Champion has Shadow. Lots of protection here. It's got Reach. Oh, of course I need to get rid of all of this stuff. Thinking, why have I got so many cards in my deck? It's because I've still got all of this. Oh, a Stronghold. Yep, it's not going to hurt in any deck. Oh, I've got to play black, so no. Okay. So we'll take out one core chant. And we're going to cut about 4 cards here. Do one with first strike for 3. Okay. Anything too high? Nope. We've got to take that out actually. Make sure we don't have anything that can convert. Bring that back in. Doesn't look too shabby. Okay. It's a shame it's so grainy, the text, you can't really see it very well, but it's just, I think, a phenomenon of the particular, the fact the origin of these is from Magic the Gathering Online, so I've often noticed that with MTGO card scans, it's always a little bit grainy. Okay, let's have a look at the stats. So we might as well use our actual artwork. Oh. Okay. Here we go. Now see, I can't remember. Okay. Blue, white, right. Red, blue. Okay. Okay. Right. Playtest time. Okay. Well, that's not good. We got a no lander. It's a one lander. Let me just check something, as you know, I'm in trouble with. Why is it doing this? I'm sure I saved it. If anybody else is using this program and notice what's going on here, or just if I'm doing something really wrong, why it's doing that. Am I not saving it before I go into play testing? What's going on? That's better. Okay, so what have we got? Oops. Spell Blast, Plains, Islands, Plains. Sift. Turn 2 Solitary Monk. Turn 3 Charging Paladin. We've got our Telethopter. Turn 3 Coiled Viper. Wow. Turn 3. Okay, we're flooded. Now we're getting mana flooded. It's okay. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to getting into later sets, I must admit. I mean, something like, I always felt Mirage was really cool for some reason. Tempest I've been having a lot of trouble with, I must admit. I've been struggling to build decks with this. Even with the remastered version, when it first came out, I struggled quite a bit. It'd be interesting when we get into Urza's block. That's like just obscenely powerful set. Yeah, I mean, it works blue-white here, but it's a little on the slow side. Okay. So, what we'll do now is we'll have a look at blue-black, and then from blue-black we'll pivot into black-green and see what's going on. I'm going to deliberately stay away from the usual red-green shenanigans because that's a little bit predictable. It tends to be what I've been falling back on in this. The block, the block as a whole is, if all else fails, just build a red-green deck. Okay, seeing as we're playing black now, we can play Volrath Stronghold. It's a good excuse to play black. I just wanted to get that sort of the blue-white deck out of the way first, because I know I haven't been building much white, using white much in the block as a whole. So it's always interesting to see where that takes us. Right. So we do have a ton of black creatures here. Some instant speed shenanigans. Oh yeah. Got some Gravedigger over there. It looks like my, all my removals in blue pretty much. So first thing I just look at is see if the slip doesn't really do anything. Got a lot of card draw going on here. Oh, actually that's a land. So we're good. I don't want the 2 grave diggers in there. These are all cool. Let's take out one of the tin vipers. Okay, look at my islands. Did we pull any? Nope. We did not. That'll do. Okay. I'm going to just go in here and do something quick to avoid problems. Go back and just see what it's done. Oh look, there you go. Fine. Right, here we go. Okay, so we got a lot of removal in our hand, which is good. And we got a Volra stronghold. Gravedigger, turn 4. Jacob, turn 3. We're good for anything turn 3 or below because we've got enough mana in our opening hand. There's our island, so that makes turn 4 viable. I'm liking this deck. Okay. So nothing, we can't cast anything till turn 3 from a creature perspective. We've got enough islands to do that. We don't have any swamps yet, which is unfortunate. Swamps, an island. Turn 2 Sky Shaper, Spell Blast. Turn 5 Sky Shroud Vampire. So we've got our high end creatures here, but nothing low end. Turn 4 Telethopter. I wonder if there's a hole in our curve. I didn't check. So it definitely looks an interesting deck to play. I'm a bit worried about the middle of the deck in terms of mana. Let's just see what's going on here. Okay, that's where our hole is. Oh yeah. Although we should have plenty to do turn 2. This may be just because we've got a lot of 4-drops, that's where our problem is. Relatively speaking. Okay. Let's try. Take out the blue. Bring in the green. And then after that, what we'll do is we will check and see. Although we were pretty sure, weren't we, on green creatures? That was my only concern. Was not. Seems like we got a lot of support spells. Play slivers here, otherwise we've got nothing. I don't know if I want to play the coat of arms, it's too risky. I mean, I suppose we could, just because we can. I need to drop a couple of things. Right. Bit more of an interesting curve there. So I got distracted there for a moment. I was just looking to see what the sliver situation was. Ton of 2-drops. Two forests in the swamp. Turn 3 horn sliver. Turn 2 thrall surgeon. Turn 3 cool viper. So all of these would be castable just with the mana I've got. No perspective slots. Turn 4 dungeon shade. Turn 3 lowland basilisk. Again, we're good up to turn 3 at the moment, just with the mana we've got. Where's our extra land? We've got Harrow. Okay, so that's going to solve our problems. Yeah. This may be slightly stronger deck. Certainly we seem to be hitting our land drops. Yeah, I like this. The green-black one definitely is my favourite so far. So, green-black. So last thing I'm going to do, let's just pull all the slivers in, see what we can do from a sliver perspective. See if indeed there is a sliver deck in here. Let's bring in coat of arms. I could have brought that in before. I always have a bit of problems with that. It's just difficult to know. It's probably a good sideboard card in this format. What's this going to be? Like green splashing everything else. Probably. Let's just take out all of our... I'm just leaving our shadow creatures. Just temporarily take out that. And our Thopters. Thrall Surgeon. Slivers all the way. Need to bring in our mana leak. Spell blast. So it's like slivers with evasion. There's probably some other fly in here which I've missed. Looter would be handy. In fact, maybe that's it. The two S's. Shadows and slivers. Okay, yeah. Okay, no graveyard shenanigans. So slivers and shadow. What does this look like? Oh dear me. So what was that? 4 colour. Green, white, blue. Green, white, blue, black. Okay. Where's our Volrath stronghold? Might as well play that. It's not going to do any harm. Okay. I don't know if it's so good in a multicoloured deck, but it does do double duty, I suppose. Okay, so we want, sorry, so we don't have any red. So green, blue, plains. Oh, and black as well. So the bulk of this is green. The good thing is I don't think we've got any doubles. Oh, double black we've got. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Let me just do the usual thing here, just in case it does something funny. Okay, we're good. See what this looks like. Okay, green, white coat of arms and an island. So turn 3 Pneumonic Sliver, which is castable with our current. Turn 3 with our current mana, that's castable. So's that. Slayer, double black. We don't have any black yet. Oh, Stronghold doesn't give us any black. Yeah, we may have to change the balance of the land here. We might even get rid of that Volride Stronghold and actually play an extra swamp. Yeah, it's a little on the janky side. Actually, one thing I forgot, which may have... Oh no, because they were reds, weren't they? So I completely forgot about... let me show you. I had completely forgotten about the other fixing. But it's red, white and red, green doesn't really help us because we're not playing any red. Oh well, it's worth a go. So definitely, yeah, I think green black was the one that I would go with in here. It's interesting to see. The nice thing about remaster sets, if you compare them with the, I suppose the equivalent, which would be building a seal pool from 2 boosters from each of the block sets from the block. Obviously with a remastered set, it's easier to sculpt the balance of the set and play to certain strengths. Like I imagine, for instance, if you were to try and play slivers when you've got 3 of each of the sets versus the Tempest Remastered, in Tempest it seems your sliver count is higher. I don't know if that's right, but that's just the way it appears to me. Same with Shadow. So whereas stuff is sort of, randomly distributed, but it's tricky with the distribution when you're playing 2 from each of the sets versus an aggregate set where it's been much better sculpted with the rarities. So anyway, that's another episode of the deck Durdle in the can. We'll be taking a break from it for the next couple of weeks whilst I actually do some unboxings. So everybody have a safe week out there, and I'll see you in the next video.